Hello, welcome back to day 47 at Niddite Lane, where we're all sick. Is somebody sick and not in bed? Boris, Anubis, Apple, Spidey, Deadlock, and Eki. Oh, okay, so that doesn't need to be... I think that's Apple's bed, actually. Alright, so we'll just set that back to Apple. But Apple can stay in the medical bed here. We're waiting for him to get better. 57. It's slow. How is... He's not no better a doctor than Mia. What about Minty? Yeah, Minty's our best doctor marginally. Minty, there's Mia cheering somebody up. Oh, he was. I think he was cheering up Almond or Mother there. Now, we need to make sure that we get these built. Lola, can you do exactly that? Very good. And Almond's sleeping. As soon as you get up, Almond, we need you to build this. I mean, it's -3 outdoors, so it's -3 in the freezer as well, so it's not a problem at the moment. That's why we waited until now before we fix these bits of walls on the freezer. So Lola's just bringing in some of the stuff that's lying around out there. Okay. Yeah, and these trees are very nearly grown, and that one's just been planted. Now, what else is going on? We are sort of doing little bits on the storage room, but I think Apple and Melon's place has pretty much come to a stop. There's just not much we can do. There's Mia trying to cheer up Anubis. Yeah. And that's really important because they're all going to go stir crazy while they're locked up in here. Now he's trying to cheer up Eki. Bless. Well, not much we can do. Let's see. Almond, how are you doing? You're not fully rested yet. We should really let you... Your sleep's been disturbed so much more while everybody's sick because the Mia and Minty coming in and out with medicine and things. So, how are you doing, Anubis? 61. I think Anubis will be one of our first people back up and about. And Apple, 61 as well. But Boris is so much slower, 52. I'm just we're keeping an eye on Boris, making sure he doesn't go, that his flu doesn't turn into major flu. Because, I mean, he's getting on a bit. He's 72. Let's have a quick look at Boris. He was a genome sculpture as a child. He was engineered in a lab as part of the genome project and implanted at birth with encyclopedia knowledge of all aspects of xenobiology. See, it's Boris who tells us things like the thrumbos and the megatheriums and all of those sorts of things. So the genome scientists nicknamed him Gizmo and occupied him with sculpting. He developed a love of sculpting gnomes and gnome accessories. That was just as a child, but then as an adult he became a magician. A bit of an incompetent magician who performed for low wages, usually in front of children. The children were usually very bored because Boris is very lazy. Oh, yeah. But he's, since he founded Niddite Lane and got us all here, well, not here, but back home, I think we've all lived pretty happily together. The odd little, Apple and Melon always having their domestic disputes and... Oh, Almond, can you prioritise this? That's about the most important thing to get built at the moment. And that one as well. Excellent. Yeah, it's 1 degree indoors. Not quite freezer temperature, but get those couple of bits done and we'll be fine. It won't be outdoors again. I mean, everything did freeze overnight anyway. It was really cold, so we're fine. Yeah, -4 again, so we're doing all right there. And our batteries. Yeah, batteries are going up. And I think this is our lowest battery. It was down to about 150, so it is slowly increasing. And once the batteries down here are full, then these batteries up here will start charging much faster. Oh, I can hear someone playing billiards. Oh, Almond and Melon, although they're having sharp words with each other. I think Melon has got things to say about Almond's billiard playing skills. But Melon's not in their favourite frame of mind at the moment because she really enjoys doing the artworks for the colony, and I mean it's a very useful thing to have her do as well, but because Mia's so taken up with Doctor and everybody, we just had to get Melon focusing on the cleaning, and it's not her favourite thing to do. Apple's really unhappy. Lack of joy. What we could think about doing is, let's see, what time is it now? It's 12 o'clock. We could send the sick people out for a bit of joy. How about it, Apple? Shall we get you out of bed and go and let you, let's have a look. What are you due for and when? Got 8 hours before your next treatment. Go on. You can go feed yourself and have a bit of joy. Just don't get anybody else sick. Apple, Boris and Eki. Right, Eki, how are you doing? Very joy deprived. You're in the same kind of place, aren't you? Alright, go on then, you two. You would rather stay there, apparently. Not completely rested yet. Okay. Oh, is it? That was me, that's why. That's Eki. Okay. You can go and look after yourself. And Boris, let's check. You've got 7 hours before your next treatment, so go on then. Go get yourself a bit of fun. There you go. You and Eki. Keep each other company for a little while. Alright, now that that pillar has been made, we can mine away that little bit there. Now let's keep an eye on Apple, because when Apple starts doing some work related thing, that's when we know that he has had all the joy that he needs. And he's just going for a walk at the moment. It's a shame I can't force him to go play horseshoes, despite what Mia says. Mia is absolutely convinced that I force him to play horseshoes, and I do nothing of the sort. Right, that's you. Eki, how are you doing? You need more joy yet. Boris? Yeah, you need more joy as well. What's Boris doing? Boris has gone cloud watching. Yeah, cloud watching and stargazing. Right here, right by the mortar, is one of Boris's favourite pastimes. If you remember back to when we first landed, Boris actually came right round just to this point where he lay and stargazed next to an emu. Yeah, there you go, his joy's going up. And Eki, how are you doing? Ah, he's resting. Where are you resting? Oh, okay. Actually, that's where you should have been. That might be either... Right, it's... In that case, it must be Boris's time to come back to bed as well. Yep, come on Boris. Okay, well, we're holding things together reasonably well under the circumstances, I think. Now let's see here. It's just more of the same type of flooring. Is Savant... Oh yeah, Savantis will still be looked after, won't he? Because Minty's okay. Yeah, he's not starving or anything. Ah, who's building that? I'm guessing it's Almond. Let's check. Yeah, he is. Who's that apple? Well, either Minty or Mia will take care of Apple. Let's check. Minty, Mia, what you doing? You are looking after Deadlock. Apple? Apple. Go back to bed. We need to keep an eye on these guys. Right, Boris, yep. Anubis, yep. Minty, what you doing? Oh, you're eating. Okay, so you'll take care of people as soon as you're finished eating. Where is Deadlock? There. Right, Mia's just looking after Boris, and Boris is the person we need to look after most carefully. Let's see, and how are we doing now? 75. Boris, still minor, 64. Me, 77. I'm looking forward to being up and about. I am not a very good patient. Although I've been quite well behaved this time, I think. Usually, well, I can get quite moany when I'm sick. I don't like being in bed sick. And yeah, it is always a bit tempting to let everybody know that at the time. But I think that's all for today in Niddite Lane. We've had a couple of quiet days with nothing other than just us being sick, no raids or anything. So hopefully this will continue for a while. Let's just see, Anubis was one of our fastest recoveries, 77. So yeah, if we get a raid, I think me and Anubis will be okay to go and take them on. Eki, 75. Spidey, 77. And Deadlock, 77. I think it really helps if you can stay in bed the whole time. But yeah, Apple, Eki and Boris, they just needed to get up. And at some point, I'll have to do the same as well. It'll drive me stir crazy lying in bed all the time and not getting up to play a bit of horseshoes or something. Anyway, join us tomorrow, see how we get on at Niddite Lane, and keep your fingers crossed that nothing bad happens while we're not in a fit shape to fight anything off. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
There were 4 of them, all houses, together in Niddite Lane. Together lived Boris and Anubis. Anubis was always sorry about something. Next door came Minty and Nordic, and Minty really annoyed Nordic by calling him a beast all the time. And the next house was noisy, 'cause Apple and Melon always had domestics. But it was the 4th house that the police were interested in, because Power Suit Sal kept Mir in the closet. They all lived together in Niddite Lane, a colourful place to be. They all lived together on Niddite Lane, although together is a little bit subjective. At Boris's and Anubis's, there was a man who could be sometimes mistaken for a hobo smelling of alcohol trying to climb the walls. But it's okay, 'cause it was Anubis's Canadian cousin, drunk Spider-Man, and a little Santa's helper could be seen going house to house. It appeared when someone got tired of almond, they'd just hand them on to the next surrogate parents. They all lived together in Niddite Lane, a colourful place to be. They all lived together on Niddite Lane, although together is a little bit subjective.
It seems they pissed off the neighbors. Something to do with the Peel P50 dragon children, but that's just Boris. No one questions him, because that's what happens in Niddite Lane.